Okay, I'm making a quick video review on this book. I've done a review on this book before, and I talk a lot about this book to people who ask. It's also on my list of recommended reading material for dog trainers. If you haven't seen that, check that out. I'll put a link on the description here where I have a list of different books that I recommend that have helped me and that I feel are a tremendous aid for a lot of dog trainers, beginners and advanced. So I'm going to talk a little bit about this book in this particular video. So this book was written by Roger Abrantes. He's an ethologist. He has been studying canine behavior and body language for a very long time from an ethological perspective. And there's a lot of really good information. I believe this is the first edition, maybe the second edition. But anyway, either way, to go back to this particular book, one of the reasons that I really like it is it's set up in an encyclopedia format. This means that the book itself, if you look at this, it's like a dictionary almost, right? So it has a lot of stuff from A to Z. So I could go to any topic under A, and we'll start touching on aggression. And it just kind of goes down the line, right? So at any point, if I decide to look for a particular topic, I could just look at the table of contents, or I could look at the index, and it'll bring me right to the page or the section that will discuss the particular topic that I'm wanting to read. So it's not like a linear format. So it's not like a storyline. It's not chapter by chapter by chapter like a lot of the books out there. So the recent book that I just read by the Carpenters, this was like a chapter by chapter by chapter book, meaning there's a lot of good information on there, but you can't just pick up the book from like the middle and then be fine by just picking it up at the middle. Whereas this book, it's not written in a linear format. You could actually pick up this book, go to a point of reference, and you could go, well, I want to kind of go back and review this right here, right? Or I could go to a particular topic, right, and maybe read a little bit about it. And I can just read this one section right here and then be done with it. And it's like that kind of throughout the entire book. So it tells you from a really, really good perspective. It's not written by a dog trainer, although the guy does work with dogs a lot, quite extensively. But it's not like a theory type of book. It's not a book that somebody wrote based on their training experience. It's a book written on more of a scientific perspective. That's why I really like it. Not to mention that it has some really nice graphics here. Now I do talk a lot about dogs and wolves not being the same, and a lot of the study that this guy did was based on wolves, but he does go into dogs quite a bit, actually a lot. So really nice book. So when people ask me what book do I recommend when it comes to body language and reading a dog, this right here is one of my favorite ones, because it just gives you so much good information on there. You could read this book from the beginning, in a linear format from the beginning all the way to the end, But again, I really like it because I can pick up anywhere and get some really good information on here, and then, you know, close it, and then I'm done with it. And then my next point of reference would be, you know, whenever I decide, okay, I want to go back and reference on a different topic now, and I want to kind of review what it says about that. All right. I strongly recommend this book. If you haven't read it yet, I strongly recommend that you read it. There are other great books out there, but this is by far one of my favorite ones.